Think about it. Now, what's your question, Tremaine?
What up?
You believe in interracial marriages?
Huh?
Boy, you just woke up.
Believe in what?
Interracial marriages.
We having church, man.
Of course not. I don't believe it because it's not in the Bible.
Run your mouth, run your mouth,
Your children are waiting for serving. They're going to serve other gods. That is what you see out here in this world.
Run your mouth, run your mouth,
Huh?
run your mouth, run your mouth, cause you think that this a game.
You better warm black women. She play with
Okay.
A wise head will always hear when the fool's
I
out.
want to make sure you're right.
Somebody getting screwed when them tools out. We not here, we dropping jewels when them jewels out. Ice in your head, y'all really ready to die for another.
White guys whatever, they love each other. White people, they don't about to argue.
It ain't about that.
Tell me what you made.
That's what God said, bro. I'm reading it. I ain't making this up.
Hell no, bro. I'm not marrying somebody who hates me, bro.
Don't marry nobody. I'm not telling you to do that. I ain't telling you to do that, Tremaine.
My wife don't hate me. I agree with you.
Tremaine, my wife don't
I
hate
agree
me.
with you. If you say find a black woman, but you got this.
Go get you the Jamaican woman.
What I get?
Get it.
Know this vibe, but don't know what you're talking about. Run your mouth, run your mouth, run your mouth. Stop your mouth, cause you think.
Two different types of people in her bowels, meaning these are fraternal twins. These are not twins, they're fraternal twins. They look different, they act different, everything. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So the one nation shall be stronger than the other. Come on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the what?
The elder shall serve the younger.
So the firstborn is going to serve the secondborn eventually. Let's read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
9 months.
behold, there were twins in her womb.
She gave birth to twins. Come on.
And the first came out red.
So the elder twin who's going to end up serving the younger twin, what?
Came out red all over
Uh-huh.
like a hairy garment.
So let me ask you a question. What people on this earth are red and hairy? Native Americans. That was racist. But no. No. Native Americans are actually brown people. What you think, Jermaine? Arabs? Okay. Arabs are actually brown people too. What do they call white people down south? Rednecks. Why? Why? What'd you say? Oh, what's your name? TJ. TJ on to something. You drop a white man in the sun. What does he turn? Red. A white man gets angry. What does he turn? Red. Why? Because he lacks melanin. His blood shows forth through his skin. That is why he was red when he came out. You can't see red from us, but you can see red from them. You smack one, you're going to see your handprint in red cross their face. That's because that's how God created them, without melanin. So, this is happening in Africa. This is happening in Africa. So, there's nothing but sun in Africa. So, if the white man is out there in Africa without sunscreen, this guy is red as a cherry. Okay? So, just want to make it clear, so we know. This is the start of the so-called European race. This is the forefather of the Europeans in the Bible. And it said hairy all over. Hairy. You take a Gillette razor from a white man, you give him 3 weeks. He's going to look like Sasquatch. It's going to be hair from the neck to the ankle. That's what it's going to be. You know it. These dudes look like werewolves. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's how God created it. Read that part again. It's refreshing.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Twins.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Esau was born red and hairy. Read on.
And after that came his brother out, and took And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Read.
And his name was called Jacob.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare him.
Did y'all notice a difference? Did they describe Jacob? No. Why? Because he looked like everybody else on the planet. There was no need to describe him. There was no need. Everybody was black on the planet at that time. So there was no need to describe what Jacob looked like. But we had to describe what Esau looked like because it's important. God is putting the facts out, huh? Come on.
And the boys grew.
And the boys grew up.
And Esau.
And who?
Esau.
The red and hairy one.
Was a cunning hunter.
We'll say what?
Cunning hunter.
Let me ask y'all a question. Are we hunters? Do we walk around the hood with a 40-odd sticks looking for deers? Do we go out to the plains of Georgia, hide, throw a disc, and let geese fly and shoot them out the sky? Do we do that? Do we have lion heads, ox heads on our wall because we hunted? Who is a cunning hunter on the planet? I gotta ask. The Caucasians. It's easy. It's easy. The Bible makes it easy. There's a count for every nation on this planet in the book. But this is the start of the antagonists of the Bible. Y'all know what antagonists mean? The bad guy. Yes, the Bible is like a movie. If you ask Steven Spielberg, he'll tell you where he get all his inspiration from. The Bible. That's how you make a good movie. Because in the Bible, this whole existence is God's show. It's his plan. So, with this, there's a protagonist and there's an antagonist. Now, before the end of the movie, what always happens to the protagonist? Right at the end, what happens? They go down. He get hit. He on the bottom. They think there's no way he can come back from this. Look at the black people on the planet today. Other nations looking at us, there's no way these niggas can come up from this. They the base of every city, every country, every state, every continent. They're the lowest people on the planet. There's no way they can bounce back from this. But that's how God wanted it. He wanted to show that I can raise up a prophet from a rock. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Watch how I raise up my nation in the midst of all the other nations. Watch how I do it. Because remember, the antagonist is Esau. The protagonist is Israel. I want y'all to know this. It's in the Bible. Let's read on though.
And Esau was a cunning hunter. A man of the field.
He was a man of the field. He loved being out in the fields hunting. Come on.
And Jacob was a plain man.
What was Jacob?
A plain man.
Jacob just want to chill, barbecue.
Dwelling in tents.
He want to play cards. Talk to his boys. Relax. Do his work, of course, but he don't want to bungee jump and skydive. He's a cautious guy, but he chill. He chill for the most part. He want to drink his little wine, enjoy his wife, his children. I got you. I'm going to finish the statement. I'm going to get you. And this is what he wants to do. But you got the Esau, he's a man in the field. He want to be out there. He want to get to it. He want to climb rocks and do all those things. Who would that sound like to y'all? I got to think about it. Now, what's your question, Tremaine?
What up?
Brothers believe in interracial marriages?
Boy, you just woke up.
Believe in what?
Interracial marriages.
We having church, man.
Of course not. I don't believe it because it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible.
She went down the street, bro.
Let's answer it just so we can. So Tremaine's question is, do we believe in interracial marriage? Okay. Let's see what God says about it. Not me.
Wait. I know what it is.
Come on, what you got for me, TJ?
God punished Moses' brothers and sisters because they didn't like it.
Okay.
Ethiopia.
I see you, TJ. See, they had an issue with Moses, right?
Because she was black.
Yeah. Now watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3.
Like TJ. Watch.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
No, start at verse 1.
Verse
You got to
1.
get context. Chapter 7, verse 1. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1.
Listen close.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it,
So God's going to take us to our land.
and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites,
The
and
who?
the Hittites,
Read.
and the Girgashites,
Read.
and the Amorites,
Read.
and the Canaanites.
Uh-huh.
7 nations, greater and mightier than thou.
Uh-huh.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them.
Okay, so he talked about 7 different nations outside of the nation of Israel. Right? Tremaine, you with me? He talking about 7 different nations outside of the nation of Israel. Come on.
And utterly destroy them.
And utterly destroy them.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Thou shalt do what?
Make no covenant with them.
You shall make no agreements with them.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Come on.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shall I do what?
Make marriages with them.
Come on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter thou shalt not take unto thy son.
Come on.
For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
What do you see? And I'm going to tell you how true God is. This is crazy. When a black man marries outside of his race, let's say he marries a Chinese woman. Boom, he marries a Chinese woman. That child is going to know every single detail about the Xinjiang dynasty. He's going to know Mandarin. He's going to think he's Chinese. He's not going to want to claim his black side. I'm Chinese. Hell, look at Osaka. She's a tennis player. What does she claim? Japan. Her father's black. God said, I don't want you dealing with them because they're going to turn your children away from serving me. And they're going to serve other gods. That is what you see out here in this world.
Black women don't do that to black men?
Huh?
Black women don't do that to black men in households?
Yeah.
You made a wrong black woman, she took away from God.
Okay.
But
the
what
difference.
race got to do with it, man? Love
Go
is
to
love,
it.
man.
Go to Toby. I'm going to show you.
You know
I'm
what
going
I'm
to show you.
saying?
I just want to make sure you understand.
Why I can't mess with, Katrina, Tammy, but Katrina give me hell.
Okay,
You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
I mean, it's about love. That we
I
love
feel-
it, man.
I feel
Why
you.
my color? Love, you know what I'm saying? She love me,
I
man.
feel you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel what you say, right?
I
I
feel
feel
what
what
you
you
say.
say. But give me that in Tobit 4. Give me that. Watch this. I'm going to show you. This is more reason, bro, why we got to get closer to God. This is why we got to actually learn. We got to really know what He wants from us. In order to even fix the things in our community, we got to start with there. You know what I want? Go ahead.
Tobit chapter 4 verse 12.
Come on.
Beware of all whoredom, my son.
He said, do what?
Beware of all whoredom, my son.
So what we're about to read about is whoredom to God. Read.
And chiefly, take a wife of the seed of thy father.
What did He say?
Take a wife of the seed of thy father.
God said, deal with your women. Bro, you got some decent women. You got the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you could deal with. Hispanic alone is so many different types of women. But you got a lot to choose from. Read.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
A strange woman is a woman of another nation. White woman, Chinese, Japanese, Arab. Those are different. Them are strange women. Watch.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Which is not of thy father's seed. Come on.
For we are the children of the prophets.
Read.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Uh-huh.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
You see that?
And were blessed in their children.
And we're what?
Blessed in their children,
Uh-huh.
and their seed shall inherit the land.
You see that? You see that? Give me that one in Sirach, y'all, about the race. Give me that. Because it's many precepts to show you why. God is saying, don't deal with women outside of your nation. Don't do it. It brings confusion. It messes up everything. I know they seem more docile. They seem more agreeable. Well, we got to find one. We got to find one. Where you going to find one? You're going to find one where the women are trying to learn to be this. That's where you're going to find one. You're going to find one that the woman that's trying to be their foremother Sarah, which is obedient, which is agreeable, which is a daughter of Zion, right? Read that.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 19.
Come on.
My son, keep the flower of thine age sound,
Keep the flower of thine age sound.
and give not thy strength to strangers.
He said, give what?
Not thy strength to
The
strangers.
strength is talking about is your seed. Don't give that to strangers. Read.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through
Fruitful.
all the field,
A fruitful possession is your wife. Come on.
sow it with thy own seed.
Sow it with what?
Thy own seed.
Come on.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
In the goodness of your stock. Where you come from. Read.
Sow thy race.
Sow thy what?
So thy race, which thou leavest, shall be magnified.
You got to deal with your own women. So that your race can be magnified. Give me Joshua 23 and 12. I'm gonna just deal with it. You asked it, I'm about to deal with it. I don't want y'all to have any shadow of a doubt. Do not deal with the Chinese. Don't deal with the ones over there in the islands. Don't deal with them. They want you. They talking mess to your women. Yeah, we got you, man. You don't deserve them. Hey, that ain't the point.
Who fought us that though?
Let me ask you this: were we not both in slavery together?
Hey, what's like that, bro? Bro, you ain't subscribed yet? Man, look at this guy, man. You ain't right, man. Press the button. Press the button.
You think? Let me ask you.
You were there in slavery too. The AM Church started in slavery.
Who?
The AM Church, the African Methodist.
What you talking?
Slavery talks about how black men, black women were married during slavery.
Right, but what we?
When we got a sense of education and wealth and money, we became apart. Where that come from, man? I'm just saying, like.
I hear you, Tremaine.
Love,
Here's the
love.
thing.
Why they gotta be black though? I mean, and other cultures. I mean, I'm just saying. So what about love? Why gotta be based on color?
Here's the thing, Tremaine.
I'm not marrying somebody who looks like me, who don't hate me, bro.
But
That's all culture. This white guy, white woman. If white guy be the Arab, whatever, they love each other. Why gotta be based on what about the heart and love and?
It ain't about that. That's what God said.
Bro.
I'm reading it. I ain't making this up.
Hell no.
It's in the box.
No, bro. I'm not marrying somebody who hate me, bro.
Don't marry nobody. I'm not telling you to do that.
Love, bro.
I ain't telling you to do that, Tremaine.
I mean, I get
My
what
wife
you're saying.
don't hate me.
I agree with you. I
Tremaine,
agree.
my wife don't
I
hate
agree.
me.
But if you can't find a black woman, but you got this
Go get
Japanese,
you a Jamaican woman.
why not get with her?
Get a Jamaican woman. Get a Haitian woman.
Why they gotta be
Get a
black though? Why they
Mexican
gotta be
woman.
black though? Why they gotta be black?
Get a Mexican woman.
Oh man, Mexicans don't like you, bro.
Get
You
a Puerto Rican woman.
They pushing up black people right now.
Get a
They
Puerto-
don't, man, dog.
Get a Puerto Rican woman.
deeper. Why?
Because God said so.
Why?
Now watch
Why?
this.
Why?
Because God said so. That's why.
God's
Tremaine.
about love, man.
All right, we're going to talk about love. Read.
Joshua chapter 23, verse 20.
You ain't arguing with me. This is
not.
God that you got an issue with. This is God's rule right here. Watch this.
Else.
You a man of Bible.
You think it's kind of hateful.
This
bro.
ain't.
It's kind of hateful, man.
Bruh, what you saying is Bible.
So I mean, it's like all right.
So me telling you to only deal with your stock is hateful?
If they don't want to deal with you, where I'm supposed to go, bro?
You supposed to deal with your stock.
Hell no, what they don't want to deal with you,
All
bro?
right, I got a point to prove.
No, bro.
I got a point to prove.
No.
You married?
No, man.
You married?
No.
You married?
Yes, sir.
And what? Is she black?
Yes, sir.
She Israelite?
Yes, sir.
Your wife is Israelite?
Yeah.
Your wife is Israelite?
Yes, sir.
My wife is Israelite. I've been married for 13 years. I got 6 kids with one on the way with a black woman. It's possible. Submissive.
I was too.
You know what I'm saying? Submissive.
That's good, bro.
Listen.
That's good.
Follow my direction. It's possible. You gotta start with keeping God's laws. I'm telling you, watch this.
And you make it this religious, bro.
I'm making it biblical, not religious.
Joshua
This everything I gave you.
Jesus went against religion.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
He went against.
The Pharisees out there, they about religion.
No,
You know
he
what I'm
went
saying?
against Phariseeism. He went against the Pharisees. Our religion is the commandments of God.
That's right.
First and foremost.
That's not religion. That's obeying God.
Joshua 23 and 12.
So you look at that like
Hey, Tremaine, listen to this. Watch this.
Joshua 23, verse 12.
Come on.
Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you,
So if you go back and cleave to these strange women of other nations, come on,
and shall make marriages with them,
and shall deal with them, come on,
and go in unto them,
Read.
and they to you,
come on.
know for certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
So if you start dealing with these nations and these women, he's not going to take them away from you, meaning stop the oppression. Read on.
But they shall be snares and traps.
They shall be what?
Snares and
You know what a
traps.
snare is? A snare is a setup. It's a trap. Read.
And a trap unto you.
Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods married a white woman. What happened to Tiger Woods? She took half his bread.
Damn.
Took it. And she ain't got nothing in common with him.
Right.
Nothing. She ain't deal with none of the stuff he dealt with.
Black man married a black woman who divorced. He took half what he got.
Bro,
What's the difference?
he ain't got
What's the
nothing.
difference,
He don't
man?
have nothing.
What's the difference?
You don't have nothing. That's the difference.
I'm just saying it's the same
He ain't
thing, though.
nothing.
It's the same result.
No. It's not the same result.
Same result.
My wife didn't take half my stuff.
That's
Did your
good.
wife take half your stuff?
That's cool.
We can say that.
I'm just saying, so if a white man
But
married,
the evidence is there that
it's
once
the same. What if four marriages?
what happened to Kanye?
He got with a whore first.
Oh,
First of all,
God.
she was a
Yeah, she was a
whore.
whore.
first off, what she do? What she do that any other woman did on this planet? What she do? No, I'm saying, what did she do to make her a whore that any other woman on this planet didn't do? What, she slept with a few men? Okay,
Quite
how
a few
many
men.
women, how many men did Tanisha down the street sleep with? Quite a few. It's not a difference. She slept with high profile men. She was just a little smarter and how she was horny, but she did it. You see what I'm saying? And she got married from it. But what happened to him? That's my point. When you deal with women outside of your race, you have a, God said what he said. Read it again. Verse
Know
2.
for certainty
Come
that
on.
the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
Read.
But they shall be snares and traps unto you.
God said they're going to be snares and they're going to be traps. Did you know that if you're a high-profile athlete, there are women that are, white women, that are bred, no. Stop, no. There are white women that are bred to snag athletes.
Yeah.
That's their whole life, that's their job. Snag athletes. If you look at the percentages, they're there. We can't use LeBron. He the exception, not the rule. You see what I'm saying? Most of these men, they go for women of different races. This is what they do. Why? Because there are more high-profile women in those other races. You see what I'm saying? In the black race, it ain't many high-profile. Like, they're not raised to be that. In the other nations, they're raised to be that. So when they get money, they get snagged up by these so-called other nations. And what happens? They get them for their money. Read.
And shall be snares and traps unto you.
Look at OJ. Let's keep reading.
And scourges in your sides.
Come on.
And thorns in your eyes.
They're going to be scourges in your sides, thorns in your eyes. Come on.
Until ye perish from off the good land.
Until you die. Read.
Which the Lord God hath given unto you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So understand, God does not want us dealing with the other women of the other nations. He does not. Deal with your women. And guess what kind of women should you deal with? That's the question. What kind of women should you deal with now? Now that we magnified it and we concentrated it, young TJ, I hope you're listening. We concentrated it to what? You can only deal with blacks, Hispanics, and Indians. That's what we concentrated it to. You know what a lot of these men go? They call it passport bros. They go to South America. And that's perfectly fine with God. That's perfectly fine. If you want to go to South America, that's perfectly fine.
No,
That's
they're not going to marry.
Huh?
They're going to trick them. They're not going to marry.
Whatever. I don't know.
God cool with that? You tricking them?
No, God ain't cool with that. But this, give me Sirach
20.
6 and 1. I'm gonna show you something. It's many things we gotta learn in the black community. We don't even know how to pick a spouse. We don't have a clue. And they don't know how to pick a husband. It's the same thing.
They used to, though.
Back in the day. Well, watch this. Yes.
Sirach chapter 6 verse 7.
Watch.
If thou wouldest get a friend,
If thou wouldest get a friend, meaning somebody that you want to get a relationship with,
prove him first.
what should you do?
Prove him first.
You got to prove that friend first. How do you prove him? Hold that in me, 1 John 4:1. How do you prove them? What do you prove them by? What must you do to get you a woman that respects and honors you and want to submit to you? What should you do? Let's see. How do you prove them? Read.
1 John chapter 4 verse 1.
Come on.
Beloved, believe not every spirit.
God said don't believe every spirit because a woman is going to leave with their representative. They're going to be all nice and act like they, that happens a lot. But let's read.
But try the spirit.
Try the spirit.
Whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
So you got to try that spirit to see if they're of God. Meaning, do they keep the commandments of God? There's many ways to do that. It's called a proving process. Go back. It's called a proving process. We don't know that because we're not familiar with God. God got all the safety for you. He got all the safeguards for you can get you a righteous woman. Read that real quick. Sirach 6 and 7.
Sirach chapter 6 verse 7.
Read.
If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first.
You got to prove them. How do you prove them? See if they are of God. Read.
And be not hasty to credit
Be
him.
not hasty to credit her. Read.
For
What that mean? That means don't get with a woman and then you got to test it out. You got to test drive it. A lot of us, we want to test drive it, and we ain't got no discipline. So we want to have sex instantaneously. That's not what God's talking about. God ain't built us like that. We ain't built like that. We got to wait and see. We don't touch, we don't kiss, we don't do none of that before the time. Until you betroth her and then marry her, then you can have her. That's the culture that we have. That is the proper guidelines of God. But keep reading.
For some is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Thus, divorce. That's how divorces happen. You didn't prove the woman. You liked the way she looked. She was talking good at first. Then you find out she wasn't who she said she was. start nagging you, da da da. And then she wants a divorce because you might have went through a down part where you weren't making a lot of money, and she bounced on you. That's because you didn't prove her to see what type of woman she was. You prove her by her actions, by her works. What does she do in the body of Christ? Is she putting in work for God? Now, you had a question, Tremaine. What was your
I just
question?
wanted to apologize. I want trying to.
Tremaine, this is beautiful. I love this. I love this. You good. Because we got to inform our brothers. You know what I'm saying? We got to inform them on what the Bible says. That's all we got
You
here.
got a man based on you cool, or you cool with you, and you cool with me, I'm cool with you, vice versa. The color thing, I get it, I know the history of it, but if this black dude shady, nah, the white dude cool, vice versa. White dude let him alone, but like, you know, so it's like 50-50.
Okay,
cool,
I'm gonna say,
I rock with you.
I'm gonna say this.
Somebody might say whole group of people is just evil because of, you know, what about there's some brothers who ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the person, dude, the individual, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel you. Okay, now listen. Am I saying that you can't deal with a white man? No. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says be at peace with all men.
Yeah, right.
If possible, though.
If possible.
If possible.
If possible.
If possible.
Yeah, if possible.
So here's the thing. Can you deal with a white man? Period. Sure. You know, if you got business with him, you dealing.
Why gotta be dealing with him?
You be the same. It's the same, bro. The same way they deal with you.
Do about niggas. You can't deal with niggas.
What you mean? Yeah. I never said that.
I mean,
you supposed to deal with your brother.
I mean, but
Read that.
Sirach,
I'm gonna show you something about
12
white man.
verse 10.
About any of these other nations. Watch.
Never trust thine enemy.
What did God say?
Never trust thine enemy.
God said, never trust your enemy.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
As an iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So that means what? You buy something that's iron, it look crispy. But over time, it's going to have rust. Same thing with the so-called white man, Arab man, Chinese, whatever. They gonna show their colors after a while. It's gonna come out. Read.
Though he humble himself,
So though he humbled himself to you,
and go crouching,
come on.
yet take good heed and beware of him.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
See that? You're going to be asking him if thou have wiped the looking glass. You're going to wipe that off and like, dang, this nigga been the devil the whole time. He been after me the whole time. What you got to understand, bro, it is impossible for us as the Israelites to, I want to say, deal with the so-called nations on a personal level. We can deal with them on a business level. We can even deal with them on a cordial level. That's fine. But going to barbecues and going to their houses and house little, I'm not doing all of that. Okay, and that's fine. But just understand, I'm just reading the Bible. That's all I'm doing. I'm reading the Bible, and the Bible says what it says. Now go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. I'm going to show you something. Because remember it said enemies. It said never trust thine enemy. You got to understand, bro. You honestly think that they view you as an evil.
some do, some don't.
What's some?
It's still
You think some?
short, but
Okay, I would say, I'm going to use the analogy that Muhammad Ali used because I love it. This is what he said. He said, if you got an apple and it's in a bucket with poisonous snakes, but out of 100 snakes, there's about 10 of them that don't bite. Are you going to risk your life to get the apple, or are you just going to not mess around with it? What is it? How you going to deal with that? Because Muhammad Ali knew the truth just like I know the truth. Most of them do not rock with you. Most of them are cool with you being where you at, over there. They might not be coming to lynch you no more. They might not be coming to put crosses on you. They might not be doing that no more. But they're doing it in other sophisticated ways, bro, that we can't even see.
Blacks don't do that to blacks.
Blacks, listen. They want to learn about you, man. This is what I'm learning. You ain't got no mercy for your people.
I do, man.
I'm going to explain something to you.
just saying,
You
man.
got cousins, right?
Yeah, I got cousins.
You got cousins, and you know a lot of us grew
You
up.
right the little fella.
A lot of us grew up.
Sucker.
A lot of us grew up in a jacked up position. A lot of us grew up without a dad. A lot of us grew up in the streets raised us. A lot of us grew up in a poverty-stricken situation. So if you grew up in poverty and your education is jacked up, and you turn to the streets, and you robbing and you stealing to make ends meet, you see what I'm saying? You got to have a certain amount of grace on that, brother. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 19,
Watch this.
verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Come on.
Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Read.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So how do I show love to my neighbor? I correct it. I tell him, bro, don't do it according to this scripture. I show love by my actions. I understand. I got to be merciful because I understand that I was there. I was in a situation where I had to do some things I don't completely agree, I'm proud of. You see what I'm saying? But the Lord turned me around. Did the Lord turn you around? Did the Most High God turn you around?
Yes.
Did all these brothers came out of the streets? But you got to have a certain amount of grace towards your brothers.
I do, bro.
But who I don't got grace towards is the other nations. Because I understand they only happy if Black, Hispanic, and Native American men and women are on the bottom.
That's right.
That's when they're happy. The moment you try to rise up, they gonna destroy.
So niggas don't do that to each other sometimes?
Niggas
know what I'm
do it
saying,
out
bro?
of ignorance. Niggas do it because they hungry. Niggas do it because they ain't got no way out. Niggas, the mice effect.
You got evil in all cultures, bro. It ain't just
I agree.
non-black.
I agree. But it's different when somebody of another nation, a whole other
They gonna
nation
do their
is
thing.
coming
Let's
at
worry
you.
about us, though. Let's worry
You
about us.
understand
Let's
that?
worry about us, though. Let's worry about us.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to do.
So
for
we
you.
got to correct each other, have accountability to each other.
But you keep
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
but
Us.
Tremaine, you keep saying these things. I'm telling you not to deal with the other nations.
Why not?
We got to deal with ourselves. We
Us
got to
too, we
fix
can do both.
ourselves.
So I
You know
can't
what
be
I'm
cool
saying?
nobody else besides black.
I'm telling you, okay, let me
You know what I'm
rephrase.
saying?
Let me rephrase. Go back to Sirach 10. I'm going to rephrase it. I'm going to rephrase it for you.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm
bro.
not going to say not
I hear
deal
what
with
you're
them. I'm going to rephrase that. Let me take that back. Watch this.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
That's what I'm saying. Never trust your enemy. That is what I'm saying to you.
That means non-black.
Nope. That yes. Yes. Never trust them.
Really?
How can you trust somebody
Really?
who had you as slave? How can you do that? I can better off trust somebody that came from the same streets, the same problems. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something, Tremaine. I had a best friend. He in jail right now, but we was best friends all the way up to like 13. He took one move that way and messed his whole life up. But that's my brother. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I understand. From one mistake, you can jack up. From another mistake, you can do this. But only we understand that. Only we get it. So what we do as the Israelites, we go out to the corners of the streets of Detroit and we make it aware to our people. Stop doing that.
To each other.
Stop doing to each other.
To each other.
Stop.
There you go.
Keep God's laws.
I agree with that.
Show that you love. Hate not one another.
Right.
You treat your brother as you
I
love
agree.
yourself.
I agree with that.
But it's about unity. You know what? What's his name? Is it the FBI guy?
Yeah, the white.
Is it Truman? I forget his name. Roosevelt something. But this is what he said. He said the greatest fear that he has is black unity.
Yeah.
He said that's his greatest fear.
Power.
But you know what that takes? Us coming together and not worrying about the other nations. Look at the Chinese people. That's what we were saying. You know that. Look at the Chinese people.
I was the first kid in the barbershop.
Look at the Chinese people. Who they hire? Chinese people. Who they looking at when you come in the store? Who they following around when you walk in the store? Who they harassing when you just trying to shop? Who they beating upside the head with sticks in their little beauty supplies? Who they doing these things to? Us. But they got each other back. They don't care about us. And neither should they. I don't care. We need to care about us. That's my point. The so-called dots, what they the East Indian dudes, they care about their own. But we don't. We always got to think about the other nations. Leave them alone. They don't mess with you anyway. They don't care they don't give two F's about you. That's what I'm saying. Read it again. What did it say? Never trust thine enemy. Those are your natural enemies. All the other nations, they love the fact that you're on the bottom and they're above you. Even the poorest of them think they're better than the richest of us. That's facts. It is what it is. But until we come together and say, let's deal with us and us alone. You remember Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What happened? How did that get so magnanimous to the point where they had their own airports and doctors' offices and lawyers? How did that happen? They only dealt with each other. They didn't deal with the other nations. They only dealt with one another. That's why God said in Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. What did God say?
Gather yourselves together.
God said gather yourselves together. Not the other nations. Not the white man that we so concerned about. Not the Arab man, not the Chinese, none of them. Bump them. Leave them alone. They're copying after you anyway and stealing your work. Remember the Chinese guy who stole that song from the black girl? I forgot her name. She do that song that she be weird. She a little weird. No, she black. She a little weird though. She be singing that song on YouTube. This is recent. It's like in the past year.
I think it was on TikTok and they banned her version on TikTok.
And they took her version all the way over in damn Japan somewhere. They don't care about us. They just want to culture vulture us. They want to take all your flavor, all your salt,
and then sell it back to you.
And then sell it back to you. Damn. Come on, bro. You can't be serious. I don't want nothing to do with these people. Only time I deal with them is in business. That is it. That is it. I don't want nothing to do with you otherwise. Because I know you hate me. I know you hate me. I know you do. I don't care how you high. What's up, dude? But behind closed doors, you talking about nigga. Yeah, where my niggas at? You think every last one of them say nigga behind your back. They don't care about you. They talked about Serena. Remember Serena? The damn white ones had things in their butt trying to act like they were Serena. They don't care about you, bro. Hey, Tremaine, we a minstrel show to these nations. Stop messing with them. Deal with your own. That's the message.
Bro, I'm just looking at, you cool with me, I'm cool with you.
I'm not.
Individual level.
I'm cool with you on a constituent level. Hey, what's good? You all right? Hey, all right, my man. Take it easy. That's it. Because you get close to that snake and it bites you, don't be surprised.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.